Hello guys, welcome to my video. My name is Marian, I'm 24 years old and I'm a learner rider on a 125cc motorcycle Yamaha YBR 125 2010. So, you would say what that guy would know about motorcycle. I'm gonna tell you something about motorcycles that you haven't heard of and that's gonna blow your mind away. No, I'm not gonna tell you don't drive drunk. And I'm not gonna tell you don't drive while you're taking drugs or while you're depressed or stressed or stuff like that. I'm gonna tell you something else that it's more relevant even than that. I'm gonna ask you two questions first before we start the video. It's not gonna be would you subscribe to my YouTube channel, would you do something like that. That video is about you. It's not about me being famous. It's not about me making money. It's about you being safe. Because when you are on a motorcycle, you need to be safe. And there you go, two questions. Have your loved ones ever asked you, could you please come back home safe before you get on the motorbike? Yes, they did. And did they ever tell you or ask you, why did you go to buy these motorcycle parts and wasted 500 pounds again and now you don't have any money? They probably ask you that as well. You know why? Because when you go on the motorcycle, they're thinking that if you crash, it's the other driver's fault, or it's gonna be your fault that you crash, or it's gonna be the fault of the tree which you crashed into. But no, there is a motorcycle factor as well, which people don't know about. What is the motorcycle factor? The motorcycle factor is the motorcycle itself. So in order for you to go back home, you need to have a roadworthy motorcycle before everything. Because just think about this example. Yeah, you're riding on the highway, on the dual carriageway with 70 miles an hour. Your chain snaps, breaks, cut, your chain is gone, 70 miles an hour. Bam, it goes into your head, it cuts your neck, or cuts your throat, or it hits you in the back, causes you some injury, or it doesn't. It just blocks the tire or the wheel, and you just start slipping. And you fall on the floor. And you have broken leg or something like that. Or another thing is your tires are not in very good condition. You haven't changed them for a while. And it happened that you slip with the bike. And they slip even more because they're old. And you fall. You get into accident. You injure yourself. Thing number 3. Cables. Clutch cable, throttle cable. Haven't been changed for a while. Haven't been oiled, lubed. Call it however you want. They snapped. Or one of them snapped. The throttle cable snapped while you was riding with 70 miles an hour on the dual carriageway. There's a car behind you. You're speeding, and the car is expecting that you're speeding. But what happened? The throttle cable snapped, break, cut, call it however you want, and the car bumps into you. So guys, please, speak to your loved ones about that. Share them my thoughts about the motorcycle factor. And tell them the next time when they ask you to go back home safe, and they start criticizing you about buying new parts for your motorcycle, tell them about the motorcycle factor. Tell them because it's not always you, or it's not always the other driver's fault, or it's not always the tree's fault because he was there and it stopped you, with your head bump on it. Sometimes it's the motorcycle because it wasn't maintained properly. Why it wasn't maintained properly? Because someone might have criticized you about buying new parts and you say, okay, fuck it, I'm not gonna do that. And then you crash because the motorcycle was faulty. So tell them that. And tell them not to criticize you when you spend a bit more money on parts, because parts need to be bought. And another thing, I'm 24 years old right now, and I am still on a learner license on a 125cc, and I can't get a brand new bike right now Not because I don't have the money, but because I can't get my full license because it's still COVID-19. And so therefore, I need to keep looking after my bike. If anything happens to it, if I feel anything wrong, I need to fix it. So I'm gonna be keep spending money on it. And I don't mind. Because I'm gonna be coming back home safely every time when I get on the motorcycle. I'm gonna go to where I want and I'm gonna come back from where I went to. Because I did the needed maintenance on the bike. And I looked after it and it served me well. And when, my parents call me on the phone or my friends call me on the phone and I tell them I'm riding my motorcycle and they ask me, please, drive safe and stuff like that, I will tell them, yeah, I will drive safe. But on top of everything, I will tell them, I just fixed that on my bike. I just fixed that on my bike. I spent 500 pounds on my bike and I'll be very happy about it because I know that at least this thing which I felt it was wrong is not going to break. And my chances of getting back home safe are improving already. And next thing that I'm going to tell you guys, after you tell the motorcycle factor to your parents or your friends or your loved ones, it doesn't matter, go to your motorcycle. Go to your motorcycle. Don't stop that video, but go to your motorcycle. Check your chain. If it's lubed properly, if it's oiled. Check your cables, your clutch cable, your throttle cable, if they're oiled properly, lubed. Call it however you want. Check your battery, if your cables are wired properly, if something is gonna, explode or something like that. Check your tank, if it's leaking petrol, Check your lights, if your lights are working. Because one light can cost you an accident. One light. And another thing is, which I'm gonna share with you, when you go to work, or you're going out with friends, or you want to impress someone, you're going for your best costume, which don't have any dirt, anything cut on it, it's the best costume ever, it's clean. So so you can impress your friends or someone, But when you go to a motorcycle, you don't think about checking the oil or that. And this is quite selfish, Because, let's face it, your engine always have oil inside, yeah? When your engine always have oil inside, why don't you put oil on the chain? Why don't you put oil on the cables as well? Huh? If you're going outside, when you put your shoes on, do you go only with one shoe outside? Check those things, guys. It's about your safety. It's not about others. It's not about being cool. It's about being good to yourself, respectful to yourself, respectful to your loved ones. Look after your bikes. Because this thing, which you said, oh, I'm gonna fix later, might cost you this accident and broken leg which you got just right now or something. I hope nothing happened to anyone, I wish all the best to all motorcycle riders because I'm a motorcycle rider myself. And I want to get even a bigger bike, but I can't do it right now because of COVID-19 restrictions. So I keep looking after my bike. So you too look after your bikes as well. And do it. Do it. Because sometimes it's better to do it, as soon as possible than later when the accident happened. Or do it before. Go and change your cables. If you have some extra money, go and change your cables. Go and change your chain. Go and change your tires. Stuff like that. Make sure you're safe. So when your loved ones ask you, could you please go home safe? You will tell them, yeah, I will make sure. And I will give my best. Because my bike was fixed and stuff like that. And if they do still criticize you, do it behind their back. Fix it behind their back. Do it. Be safe for yourself. If not for them, be safe for yourself. Because safety is number one priority. And don't forget the motorcycle factor. Motorcycle factor is number one before everything else. Before you get on the road, check your motorbike and then you go on the road. And if there is anything to fix it. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Have a good night.